Hey, what's up? This is Kimmiko, and you're watching Atlanta Gamer Life's The Beat. This is just a starter thing that I wanted to do in reference to, just talking about what's going on in, the world, period, and especially in the gamer world and things of that nature. So today I have three lovely people that I interviewed: Andrew Greenberg, William Bell, and Renee Cooper. And they had some really good insights of what we can do while we have all this extra time at home. So please listen or watch as we play these interviews. All right, so we're here with Andrew Greenberg. So, Andrew, could you tell us more about yourself and the organizations you support?
Absolutely. I'm the executive director of the Georgia Game Developers Association. We work with game developers, live streamers, esports competitors, voice actors, all sorts of folks who create wonderful content. In fact, I've been a game designer since 1990, making my living as a game designer since 1990, and gotten to work with some absolutely fabulous people over the years. Love to do game design. Now I'm involved in economic development for DeKalb County. I chair our entertainment commission, trying to get even more great entertainment industries built out here, and work with wonderful groups like Atlanta Gamer Life.
Thank you. So, tell us, what are you doing right now? Since I know you used to have like a monthly meeting on Tuesdays. Like, what is it? The second Tuesdays of every month?
That's right. And because of all the lockdown, because of the quarantine, we're going to weekly. That's right, except we're not doing it in
Oh,
person.
really?
Uh, at our last meeting, we announced the creation of the Georgia Live Streaming Network, bringing together all these great influencers, and not just streamers, podcasters, radio web shows, and so forth, to share content, support each other, and so forth. With this lockdown, we are going to weekly streaming. Our next stream will be March 31st at 8 p.m. with Dr. Unity, giving an
Ooh.
overview on how to use the Unity game engine, because everybody's getting into games and game development while they're at home right now. So expect that to be our next one, April 14th. We're planning some great discussions. It will be a statewide online meeting. And one of the neat things is the way the gaming technology really serves well in this time. So there's a service Discord that all gamers use. And we're going to use that to create a virtual networking event during our meetings. Our meetings don't just have great content and presentations, but it's a great chance for game devs and others to meet each other, network with each other. So we're going to implement that through our Discord channel.
All right, and what's your Discord?
That's right. We are. I believe we're GGDA. Let's find out very quickly.
And no worries,
And
guys. I'm going to put a link anyways,
that's right.
because it's pretty. Discord is pretty long. And so, if anyone wants to prepare, we're talking about maybe a few days from now. Tell us like some things maybe those who are interested in Unity should maybe get, or I definitely know that since you talked about Discord, you're going to be like probably people who don't have Discord, they should download it. What about anything in reference to Unity or to the meeting? Anything you recommend people doing? Like,
Yeah, the folks who make the Unity game engine have offered, I believe, the premium package for free for the foreseeable
what?
future. Yeah, exactly. Gone from massive money to free. Try it out right now while you're at home anyway. I actually really like how a lot of the game companies are working hard not to profit during this time. I mean, Steam last week saw the most users in its history. This week, they've already broken that number. I mean, it's just
Wow.
massive numbers happening. And a lot of companies are offering more free stuff right now because so many people are using their projects. It wouldn't just look bad to profit from them. It would be bad. So these companies say, look, you try everything for free right now. We understand exactly the boat you're in. So I know that Hi-Res Studios here in town has been offering out more free content, lots of streams. I love what Unity's doing. Lots of game companies are doing exactly this. So great opportunity to try out all these tools. So yeah, download Unity, get it on your computer, and get ready to work alongside Dr. Unity as he walks through how to use all these tools. I mean, remember, we're all us gamers are already 20th level social distancers. So we've
That's
got
true.
these mad skills we've developed.
Now, where will you be streaming from? Like, will it be on Twitch?
Yep, the GGDA primarily streams on youtube.com/ Georgia Game Devs, but we use restream. So we stream at the same time on twitch.tv/
Okay.
Georgia Game Devs. So we try and be Georgia Game Devs pretty much everywhere. So you'll be able to find us in both places. With the Georgia Live Streaming Network, you can go up to our website and find information on the different channels and shows that we are promoting that are part of the live streaming network. In fact, as we're recording this, Tiger Lily, one of our founders, is streaming an inside look at a new Bandai MMO called Bless
Hmm.
Unleashed. So lots of great stuff going on right now. I mean, it is amazing that we have these tools in place right now, live streaming, game development engines, all these things that we wouldn't have had if this had all happened 20 years ago. So it's a great
Exactly.
time to connect using exactly these tools.
Well, that's what you guys have it. Any last things, words you want to speak of or temporarily speak of?
Use all your tools and skills to connect with your family. I've been setting up the family Zoom calls. We've got my relatives are in Virginia Beach, Richmond, Washington, D.C., L.A., Atlanta, etc. And I've been hosting the Zoom calls and online meetups and the like for my family. You are the ones who have these skills. Put them to use right now for all the folks who don't.
Well, thank you so much, Andrew, and I hope to see you on your stream soon. Okay?
Absolutely. One of these days, I'll see you in real life again.
Yes. Thank you. Have a good one.
Take care, all.
All right, so that was Andrew Greenberg. Thank you so much for tuning in and giving us a couple really good advice and things to do. And now we're about to go and check out William Bell and what he's been doing for his podcast and different things of that nature. So we're here with William Bell. Hello, William Bell.
Hello there. Hello
He's
there.
also known as Spillidge. And tell us a little bit about some of the things that you are doing now as far as your companies and podcasts.
What I'm doing is, well, for one, I'm producing podcasts such as the Mind to Spillage podcast, which focus on which focus on technology, which focus on sports, which focus on video games, pop culture, music, and etc. And the second one is also called UCP Ultra Combo Podcast, which is a podcast focused solely on esports, uh, e- com- esports competition events, and also video games as well, mostly fighting games. The third one is also called the Chokehold Podcast, which focuses solely on professional wrestling, which I'm currently
Okay.
working on right now.
All right. And since we're recording this to produce today, tell us about are you still doing your radio broadcast?
Yes, absolutely. It is called Blerdtastic on the station with all the great vibes, Vibin RV 103 online radio. You can also download the app on Google Play and iTunes. The Blerdtastic is on Fridays at 4 p.m. to 5.
All right, so that's tomorrow.
That's
Ooh,
right. That's
from
right.
4 to 5. And so, um, how do we get to it? To listen to it?
Okay, to listen to it, you download the RV 103 radio app on iTunes or Google Play.
Hmm.
And then once all you have to do is just tap on the app
Yeah,
and
and
you'll hear your voice Village at 4 p.m. on Fridays.
yep, and for those who are preferring to use their desktop, there is, if you go to www.rv103.com, there is a button, I believe, that says listen listen live or radio, right? That they can click
Yes.
on and then click on listen live. And this is a great time to support. It's an independent online radio station, so that's a great time to support them by listening to Spillage and his show Blerdtastic.
Nerd test. That's right.
Yes, yes, yes. And so I know we've been going through a lot so far, and we all know it's been go. We've been talking about it, talking about it. So some of the things I wanted to talk about with you in per se is what are some of your suggestions to keep us occupied while we are some of us are quarantined, locked down, and just basically told that we should stay at home. What?
Well, I'm glad you asked. I would recommend Udemy. If you, there are so many courses that Udemy offers. If you want to learn some new skills, Udemy is something that I truly recommend. Um, if you ever want to do programming, if you ever want to even learn how to play guitar, I mean, Udemy is definitely a great website, and there's a great website for learning new skills. And if you can't afford it, because there are some now, mind you, there are some courses that's a bit pricey, but you can never go wrong with YouTube. I mean, YouTube is free, and I'm telling you, you can learn so much on YouTube. I mean, I learned how to tie a tie on YouTube. Little known fact. I can tie I can tie a mean uh, full Windsor knot. So
Oh,
oh yeah, no,
okay, get on
you
down
gotta
with
learn how to do that when you're in
it.
business school. So
Mm-hmm.
so yes, yeah, create something. You know, yeah, create something. If you have any ideas, just put it in writing. Um, but also make sure you get plenty of rest too, because with all this free time, we never really get the rest that we desperately needed. So that's another thing. So get the rest first, and then start creating, start learning. I'm telling you, we have plenty of time for now. For now, this is very rare. So
Yes, like a lot of downtime. So
yeah,
if you're not being bunnies, if you know what I mean, uh, like
no,
me, for me, I'm basically stay at home, and it's just one household, as I believe you are too. So,
yes,
you have to find different things to do that. Definitely, I would recommend, listening to some of his really interesting podcasts. Each one has like a different like view and point of view. There are like we're video gamers. So what kind of video
yes.
game have you been playing while hanging out at home?
I'm glad you asked because I started streaming and posting
Oh,
my streams on Twitch under my Spillage channel
okay.
and my YouTube channel. So lately I've been playing Tekken 7, and I decided to challenge myself playing story mode for the first time in extra hard difficulty.
Oh.
So the viewers will have the pleasure of seeing me get my ass kicked for their entertainment.
Woo! Well, it's always fun to watch amateurs and see their reactions. I think that honestly, that's
Yeah,
why a lot of people like watching my Apex Legends streams because, it's the same game, but like it's all about the situational things that you do on the fly, you know.
yes.
So, well, we definitely will be in contact more, and thank you so much for your time. And
Thank you for yours.
yeah, you guys don't forget Friday, 4 to 5. And also check below for the links to Spillage and the things that he have going on. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Last but not least, Renee Cooper. She's been doing some wonderful things, and I really think that if you guys are interested in starting a business or you have a small business and you have some downtime, uh, take this time to check out what she has to say. Hey, so we're here with Renee Cooper. Hi, Renee.
Hey.
So tell us about what you are doing now as far as the projects you're on, your new ventures, and things of that nature.
Yeah, so actually, right before this, really quick, I left a past job. I was there about 3 months and was like, it's not for me. So while I was looking for another full-time job, I was really diving deep into helping some of my friends who have small businesses, whether that's retail spaces or comics, things like that, to show them how to practice good, healthy marketing habits. So I've been kind of doing that on and off for a few years, and I'm now putting it all under the banner of PG Made, MADE. I also do PG Made Cafe, so that's why it's like
Okay.
change the MADE and it just works out altogether. So under that, I've been kind of like reaching out to people and have had a few people reach out to me via LinkedIn
Hmm.
to just give them advice, do some one-on-one phone consulting, and just get them on the path to see like how they could be optimizing their marketing efforts. And if there's an opportunity for me to help them, because it honestly takes a lot of time. So
Hmm.
a lot of people have more free time now, but it doesn't necessarily mean that they know exactly what they're doing when it comes to doing social media or even marketing or email marketing correctly. So and helping kind of like guide people in the right direction.
So basically, not only do you have a Peachy Made Cafe, which tell us a little bit about that one. Like,
Yeah. Actually, in 2015 now, so it's been a few years. In 2015, I had previously applied to be at the Maid Cafe at Anime Week in Atlanta, and I was en route to do it, but due to a family emergency, I wasn't able to go and to the convention at all that year. So I
mm,
was like, oh man, instead of waiting a whole year to host a Maid Cafe in Atlanta, I'm just gonna do it myself. So I worked with Tony at Challenges Games and Comics, and he let me use his back room, and we basically like had our very first hot cocoa cafe. We
oh
decorated
wow.
hot cocoa with marshmallows and peppermints and all these things. Everybody had their own maid or butler outfit, and we were just really just had a great time talking with people and giving that act of service in a really cute, kawaii way. So yeah, anytime I had after that, I did more and more events. I think in 2016 or 2017, I did like 8 in 1 year.
Wow.
So yeah, so I was really pushing and really just trying to get more people on board with like what a maid cafe was, the culture behind it, and also just the service aspect and the volunteer aspect of it. So it's kind of slowed down in the past few years. We were definitely going to do one recently, and the expo got canceled, sadly. So, but it's still in mind, and I changed it from Peachy Made MAID to Peachy Made MADE for the overall branding, but also just because it's hard to really host a maid culture cafe in America. There's a lot of things that just aren't ingrained in us that it doesn't follow through 100%. So, but I still like the idea of a cosplay cafe and a service-based desserts, things like that.
Hmm.
So it worked out perfectly that the words kind of matched.
Yeah, Peachy Made. It's very
Yeah.
catchy, very catchy. So, for those who are like, okay, back to the business aspect, for those who are wanting to start a business or they have a current small business that may be, a little down, so because we have a lot of downtime, what are a couple
Mhm.
suggestions I say that they can do while they have this really straight up desktop admin time?
Right. The very first thing I would say is go back through your business's history. If you're just starting, go back through things that made you really inspired and gather all that content into one place. Like make a Google Drive, a folder specifically for any pictures, videos that you've taken, any times that you've captured that. That is your content, and start scheduling and pushing that out over time to keep your name and your business familiar with people. So, I've seen a lot of people doing that with just going back through years for their own personal selves or their brand and saying like, oh, here's some cosplay photos from this year or modeling photos or if it's a photographer, photos in general that they took around Atlanta in past previous years. So just keep that consistency. Facebook and Instagram, if you have a page, you can actually schedule post immediately to Instagram now. It wasn't for everybody
Mm.
before. So if you go into the Creator Studio, you can actually like upload different photos or posts and get them scheduled to go out. It doesn't work on your profile, only your page.
Okay.
So explore tools like that so that you're not, sitting trying to schedule things out every single time you want to post. But yeah, get that out there and just stay consistent so people know that you are staying active and that you were active before all of this happened. See if there's some sort of freebie or discount that you can offer to people, specifically if they're new to your business or if they're a long-term person, part of your business. People are going to be struggling after this. See if there's a freebie or something you can offer to, get people signed up on your email list, just on a
Mm-hmm.
schedule for when things can go forward. Even just a check-in with them via chat or video or a phone call just to say, hey, I know things are tough right now, and if, I just want to see how you're doing. I'm reaching out because I know people need these different things, and I'm here to maybe not even offer you a service, just to say like this is the state that we're at. Stay cool, stay safe. People have been doing that, like big businesses have been doing that with email marketing. So I'm always a fan of email marketing. So
I mean, believe
um,
it or not, email marketing is still like it's still good. Like people still
yeah,
use it a lot. Like
yeah,
you would
people
think
sleep
that's
on it.
yeah.
It's not. Don't do
Mm-hmm.
that. You have to, because once you have someone's email address, you really have like a lot of power in the way you can communicate directly to them. They can search for it later if they're looking for you. I've actually had people reach out to me thinking I was another business because oops, sorry, that call's coming in. But they reached out because they found like a receipt from me or email from me, and they're like, "Oh, I thought you were this business." I'm like, that's not me.
Ah.
So, so you can upsell, but yeah, just stay. Use a chance to just stay consistent. You don't have to be selling right now because it's hard on everybody, but you do want to be front facing. And just one more tip: you want to be front facing in an encouraging and entertaining way. I know that there's a lot of information that's going around social media and the news about, numbers and statistics and stuff like that. And honestly, like there's some people who make that part of their branding. And if you're like in healthcare, things like that, that's very important. If you're not, I would say avoid trying to tie that into your brand because it just is gonna, it scares a lot of people. And while you may be trying to be helpful, they're going to get that information from the news and other places. So trying to take their mind not off it completely, but give them something entertaining to to read or to watch or just something that engages them in a little bit different way can be really helpful during this time.
Wow, thank you so much for all that information. And
Yeah, that was a lot.
yeah, no, that's awesome. That's what we need. We need content and we're actually building content as we speak, right?
Exactly.
So, I believe on Mondays, Renee and I have agreed to do some like cool tips and
Okay.
information for, businesses and things of that nature. On the last note, I know I've overheard that you were a cosplayer too.
What? No.
What? So, just for funsies, tell me, for cosplayers, what can they do now? I mean, they got a lot of time. They,
Oh man. Yeah. So I cosplayed a lot about 10 years ago. And since I've been more involved with conventions, just like on a director and a volunteer level,
mm-hmm.
it kind of like, one went up and the other went down, which is still great. I still take a chance to put things together. I'm very reliant these days. I have a sewing machine, but I'm very reliant on Amazon.
Oh,
So
okay.
right now, obviously, like things are shipping, but you don't know if it's local, things like that. So
Mm-hmm.
check stock. I say the best thing to do. There are a lot of people who are doing some really great work. They have their cosplay stock and stash and their fabric stash, and they know and they have plans of what they're going to do. On the opposite side, there's me who has tons and tons of fabric in my closet that I know I will never use. Ever, ever, ever. So now is a good time to clean out the crud. Yeah. It's time to Marie Kondo your cosplay closet and clean out the things that you know you're not going to use. even if you fold them up really small and donate it somewhere afterwards, but you got to be careful with that because passing things around. Pretty sure everything in my house is fine. I've been in self quarantine for like 6 weeks now, um, give or take. But cleaning things out and really decluttering so that once the new season starts and you want to work on a really cool project, if you just don't have anything that matches that and you haven't used this fabric in like months and you're definitely not thinking about it right now until you get surprised when you see it, just get rid of it. And that's the same with really everything. Take this time to take inventory of your tools. Does your sewing machine need oiling? Do you need a new bobbin? Do you need to get a better pair of scissors so that, you can work more efficiently? Things like that are important. I don't know necessarily like when would be a good time to tell people to go and update their tools. Like I said, you can still, places like Joann's are kind of like in the news right now, because they're staying open, but you can do like curbside pickup. I'm pretty sure Michael's delivers. So if you really just need that, to do a hobby and to get some more tools for that, look into ways that you can stay as isolated as possible while still getting things you need. But now is a really good time to, again, take stock of that, because ultimately, even if you spend a little bit now on a new pair of scissors, it's going to last you for a long time. And it'll be an investment towards your future projects. So yeah, take stock and get rid of stuff you don't need.
Cool. Well, thank you so much, and we will see you soon.
Yeah, talk to you soon. Thanks, Kimiko.
Thank you. All right, there you have it. And I feel like that honestly, I don't really get to talk a lot about my opinions per se, but some of the things that I do want to talk about in the future is some topics about typical house cleaning or housekeeping, things about what to do while you do have this downtime, because this is a great time for us to really learn and, gain some extra skills, build some relationships, or even, build your current, the strength of your current relationships, even from afar. So tune in Monday. We're going to have another one. And from there, we'll figure out, what kind of schedule we're going to have with the beat. So thank you guys. And if you guys want to check me out and hang out with us, especially you gamers, feel free to join our Discord. It's bit.ly/AGL Discord. That's the short link for it. And we'll have a lot more to come. Thank you. This is your girl, Kimmiko, out.